Right, today we're doing a mock test with Handsome Harvey. He said I had to call him Handsome Harvey because he's a boxer and he's trying to punch my lights out if he fails his mock test. Right, tell him how many lessons you've had with me, Harvey.
Just one.
One. He's had 1 tour lesson. He needs to improve on his mirrors and roundabouts. That's mainly what the mock test is going to be. And he's had some driving with your mum, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. We're going to be out for 38 to 40 minutes, depend on traffic. Going to take in various traffic road conditions. One manoeuvre, which we're going to do shortly. Possibly the control stop. We done that last lesson, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you won't be driving independent by way of sat-nav. We're going to follow sat-nav for 20 minutes, okay? So what we'll do is I'll give you one question. Tell me how you check your hazard lights are working before starting a journey. Sorry, indicator lights. I've given you the answer.
So you'd press your hazard lights and then go out.
You shouldn't have threatened to hit us. Put us off now. So tell us how you check your indicator lights are working.
So you'd press your hazard lights and then get out and go check the front.
Good. Right, can you go and reverse and that be we talked about? The second one from the end.
Yeah.
That's second one.
Turn right, then, at the end of the road, turn left.
I'm definitely too far out to get that.
Well, just get the next one, I'm not worried. Thank you. You just turn the float here. Well done, Harvey. It's a pass. The accuracy's out a little bit. It's nice and parallel, but it's not worth recording a minor error. You did reverse into the wrong beer, but the exam's not worried about that. As long as you get in between two white lines, they're not worried about which beer it is. You do pick a minor fault for dry steering, which means turn the wheel while stationary. You do it at the start, and when you merge out of this beer, you do it then also. So get the car moving before you put your steering on. You also need to look through the back window. I know you know that there's nothing here. On the driving test, this will be done in the test centre car park, and you do get pedestrians coming from behind the car and going into the cafe next door. If you don't stop for them when you're reversing, you're going to get a serious fault. Just follow it round to the right. At the end of the road, turn left, and then the sat-nav should kick in from there.
Turn left, Whitfield Court. Then, at the end of the road, turn left.
Minor fault number 2, Harvey, you swing wide as you go out of this junction. Now, I know you can see it's clear to the right and left, but it's a very tight corner to emerge out of, so you should have really just stopped and then edged out very slowly. Had there been a car coming from your left and you caused that car to slow down or stop, then you would have recorded a serious fault straight away.
Arrive at your destination at 3:07 p.m.
Minor fault number 3, Harvey, is for pulling up opposite this car park on the right hand side there. You should have drove 2.5 car lengths, 10 metres past, and then just pull up on the left.
Thank you. And then you drive on when you feel ready.
You're not marked here, Harvey. I don't record a fault, but don't put that indicator on for right until you've looked over the right shoulder, because if there's somebody on your blind spot here, like a cyclist, you wouldn't put a signal to tell that cyclist that you're moving off. You'd wait till the cyclist got past and then put the indicator on if it was needed.
At the end of the road?
Right.
Turn right.
Can you show me how you clean your front window with the washers and wipers?
Minor fault number 4, Harvey, you reach 35 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour road. You do realise and you do get it back down to the 30. Had you continued at 35 for a period of time, then it most definitely would have been a serious fault.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A690, Neville's Crossbank. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Minor fault number 5, Harvey, you show great awareness by keeping the right lane for this roundabout because the road markings tell you. But think about it, you're in the right lane, you now need to leave the roundabout. So the left dormer is going to be the most important mirror. You could get a motorbike coming up or another car coming round in the wrong lane, so you needed the left door mirror. You used the right dormer, it should have been the left.
Can you pull up on the left for us in a convenient place?
Minor fault number 6, Harvey, you just forget to put the clutch down before you stop. I can see that it's just nerves, and it's always the same when you do a mock test for a pupil for the first time. Do some silly, sloppy mistakes.
Thank you. And you drive on when you feel ready.
Minor fault number 7, Harvey, you forget to look over your shoulder. This could have been a serious fault had there been anything in your blind spot.
After 90 yards, turn right, Darlington Road, then bear right, A167.
First serious fault for Harvey. Harvey, you do really well by going into the yellow box. A lot of pupils fail here for not going far enough in or going too far in. Your position is excellent, but you throw the clutch up when the light changes to red, and what happens is we block the traffic to your right. I'm not going to mark this, Harvey. When you leave the traffic lights, you're leaving the right lane, but it's because we're stuck in no man's land, and I think there's a car coming down on the left-hand side of us. So you're left and the right, and what you've done is you check your mirrors, which is very impressive, and go back to the left lane. Minor fault number 8, Harvey. Harvey, when you go straight ahead of traffic lights on the driving test and you have the choice of lanes, the left or the middle one, or the right, you're expected to keep to the left lane. Nice mirror work, Harvey, to get back to the left. That's great, but you're making things harder for yourself. You should have been just keeping to the left to start with. Had you missed the mirrors to come back to the left, it would have been an instant fail on the driving test. Harvey, when you see the national speed limit signs in front of you, you're expected to look in mirrors because this is where a lot of drivers like to overtake, and you're expected to make more progress if safe to do so. You don't look in mirrors, but you don't exactly speed up, but then a couple of bus lanes further down the road, you look in the mirrors and then you start accelerating. So I would have, when you get to this sign, have a mirror check. If no one's overtaking and you think it's safe to go faster, make a bit more progress. Which you do, by the way, down this carriageway. I think you're reaching speeds of 50 miles per hour, so it's a pretty good speed for this type of road.
After 400 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A167.
All good, Harvey. The position speed on approach was good. Gear at the right time. Rolling first, quite good. And good position throughout the roundabout. I see learners fail here because they drift into the right lane. And you get your timing of the mirror signal manoeuvring. So all good stuff, Harvey. Harvey makes good progress down this 70 mile per hour road. I think he hit speeds of 50-55 on this road. And Harvey, if you're coming down here and you have a cyclist on this dual carriageway in front of you, you can't move out half into the right lane. You've got to move fully into the right lane to overtake a cyclist on a dual carriageway when you're travelling at speeds like this. So no half and half into the right lane. Serious fault number 2 for you, Harvey. Okay, Harvey, you made great progress coming down the dual carriageway, but you've got signs here saying, look, warning, the dual carriageway ends. So it now becomes the 60 road, but you've also got the brow of that hill, which we can't see over the top. So you should be checking the mirrors and coming off the gas, maybe touching the brake, just because we don't know what's there. Now, when you get over the brow of the hill, we've got 40 signs, one to the left and one to the right, and they're not hard to miss. Now what happens is you go through there at 50 miles an hour, so you should have been recognising the dangers here and slowing the car down.
After 600 yards, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A167. Cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
I'm not going to mark this, Harvey, but you're going straight ahead at the roundabout. You don't put a signal on for left because you're going straight ahead. Now, if the first exit was off to the left slightly, yeah, put the signal on. But when you're going straight ahead, do not put the signal on for left. It just confuzzles other road users. When you put the signal on for left, it normally tells the traffic behind that you're going off to the left, and it tells oncoming traffic that you're going to, and it helps them get onto the roundabout that you're going to go off to the left. But if you look at the picture, oncoming traffic cannot see our signal, so it's a pointless signal, so don't stick it on. Harvey, you stall again. You're bringing your clutch up far too quickly. Now, I've already recorded a serious fault for control, so I don't mark this one.
After 400 yards, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A167.
Minor fault number 9, Harvey. I've seen pupils fail here on this particular roundabout. Now, what you do is you slow down too much. Now, have a look at the sign. If you look at your entrance onto the roundabout, it's down the left-hand side. Now, that means you normally don't give way at the roundabout, so you should have just continued straight through without slowing your speed down. When the entrance onto the roundabout is down the middle, now that means you give way to the right. That little gap, that little break, that's just to remind you foreign drivers and learner drivers that you go around roundabouts clockwise.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit. After 800 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A688. Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A688.
Minor fault number 10, Harvey. Your signal, it's just the time it's very late approaching the roundabout. Fault number 11, Harvey, goes down the road markings. This roundabout spirals out the left, so you should have took up the left lane instead of the right lane. You're in between the two actually. However, you do check your mirrors and you get back over to the left. Had you not checked your mirrors, Harvey, that would have been recorded as a serious fault.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit. Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Serious fault number 3 for you, Harvey. Harvey, the sat-nav said at the roundabout turn right, it's the second exit. Now learners just hear second exit and think, oh, that's straight ahead, but you've missed the golden words there. At the roundabout turn right, so you've got to put that signal. Now why it's a serious fault for? You have a lot of traffic to the right and it's straight ahead at this roundabout and you have following traffic. Had there been nobody in the area, then I would have just given you a minor fault. Because it's very busy, then you need to tell other road users where you're going at the roundabout. Serious fault number 4, Harvey. Harvey, this goes down as undue hesitation. As you approaching the roundabout, you give way to the van to your right, but the van to your right is giving way to its right, and the traffic to your left is giving way to you. So you could have drove straight onto the roundabout here because the traffic to your left was blocking the van to the right. However, I've letting you get away with that. But when you come to the roundabout, the van now emerges onto the roundabout. Once the van's past you, there is nothing on your right, and you're just sitting there. Now, because you're just sitting there, the traffic to your left now goes onto the roundabout because you should be going. This is a learner thing. I have had learners fail on exactly the same scenario, on exactly the same roundabout. So, Harvey, you give way to your right, not your left.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, Green Lane. Then you have reached your destination. After 100 yards, you have reached your destination.
I'll direct you back from here.
You have reached your destination, 17 Green Lane.
Can you pull up in a convenient place on the left? Thank you, and drive on when you feel ready.
Minor fault number 12, Harvey. It's your blind spot. You don't look over your right shoulder before you move off. Couple of things. When you pull up at the side of the road, Harvey, it needs to be the middle mirror and the left door mirror. Not really bother about the right door mirror. Also, when you're pulling in, just as you're stopping, you're looking in the left door mirror to see how far you're off the curb. You shouldn't be doing that. People normally whack the curb when they do that technique. So what you need to do is just look down the road at the curb as you're stopping. And just as you're stopping about the car length, just look over your bonnet and see where the curb is. It's normally down the middle in most cars. One other thing, don't put the signal on when moving off from the side of the road if you can't go anywhere. What happens is the car behind, you've told them that you're moving off. I know you're not going to go, so the car behind flashes you out, so you go. The examiner will not mark this because you've done nothing wrong. However, if there's a nervous driver driving down the road and they suddenly see you put an indicator on and jump on them brakes because they think you're going to emerge out from the side of the road, you're going to record a serious fault. So only put the signal on when you know you can go, and if there's no one there, you don't really need the signal to move off.
Roundabout, follow the road ahead, it's the second exit.
When going straight ahead at a roundabout, Harvey, you're expected to use the middle mirror on approach. I don't mark this because you speed on approach, it's all lovely and smooth. And you've got good positioning going round the roundabout, and the timing of the mirror and signal when leaving the roundabout, it's all neat, so well done. Harvey shows good awareness and planning when he comes off the roundabout. You can see the signs saying give way to oncoming traffic. Seen learners fly around here and suddenly have to panic and jump on the brake when there's oncoming traffic. but Harvey's speed is quite good here.
At the roundabout, turn right, it's the second exit.
Minor fault number 13, Harvey goes down to mirrors. You need the middle right door mirror when you turn right at roundabout. You've got to check behind and to the sides, make sure nobody's overtaken. You should have signalled right, but I don't mark it because I've already recorded a serious fault in this box. This is all good work at this roundabout, Harvey. The Mini, I like this. It's quite busy. You take the first available gap and you don't even signal to leave the roundabout because there's not enough time. So yeah, good stuff. Well done, Harvey.
The limit keeps changing.
Fifth and final series fault for Harvey. Harvey, you should have overtook the bus. It was safe to get round it, so you'd be expected to overtake it. Learners, when you're following buses, keep well back, anticipate them pulling in. If you can't go because of oncoming traffic, get the car close to the centre of the road as it's safe to do so, and make sure you can have a nice clear view past the bus. When it's safe, check your mirrors and just go around, signal if necessary if you think it's going to help or warn somebody, but be very wary of people crossing in front of the bus. But Harvey was just going to sit there, I think, all day.
Be going if it's clear.
I can go. I can overtake
if it's
you.
clear, yeah. Right, Harvey, what do you think you've done?
Oh, if I was to think of anything that I'd done wrong,
Yeah.
I definitely stalled quite
After
a bit.
80 yards, turn left, the factor in.
I
Then
think there was a few
turn
roundabouts where it was the first exit. I wasn't sure whether I should have signalled or not, but it said to go straight, so I didn't signal.
Yeah, right. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 serious faults. Your first one was you stalled in the middle of the junction, can you remember?
Yeah.
And you blocked all the traffic from your right when the light was on.
Right.
Red, we had to get out the junction, but your hill starts, what you need to do,
Put the accelerator on as well as
get your little gas on, get your slight tug. Now, once you've got that tug, don't move it, just put more gas on,
Right.
and then lift it and work a treat. Second one was you were doing 60 miles an hour coming down the dual carriageway, and it was 40 miles per hour. You were doing 50 miles an hour as you're going through.
Right.
50 miles an hour, there'd been a camera there, we would have been toast. The next one was undue hesitation at the roundabout. We'll come to the roundabout. Oh, I'll put on video next week. But when you come roundabout, who'd you give way to?
The right.
Well, there was nothing to your right. You were just sitting there, and you eventually caught on and you went. And on the same roundabout, you didn't indicate right. So that was Save's fault because there was a lot of traffic there.
Right.
And the last serious fault was for the bus. You know, if a bus pulls up on the left, what should you do if there's nothing coming?
I actually didn't think you were allowed to overtake a bus, but
Why is that?
because it's dangerous and you can't see what's in front of you.
So when a bus pulls up on your test, what you need to do is get to the centre of the road. Now, if you can see it's clear to go around it, what should you do? Overtake. But you've got to be wary of people crossing in front of the bus, because people have getting off bus and crossed front of us.
I know about that.
Yeah, but yeah, you're expected to drive past it.
Right.
Right.